G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be having a look at a car that I haven't really showed you guys a lot, and we haven't seen it for a while. The last time we showed this car was when I made a video on it about 2.5 years ago. Whenever I picked it up, it was just before COVID. Let's unveil the beast and show you around a little bit more and tell you what we're doing with it. All right, so here she is, guys. So this is my 1968 XR Falcon. It's got a 351 in it, and it's a vinyl top car, Falcon 500 originally. And let's have a look at it. So we picked this up about 2 and a bit years ago, maybe 3 now, going back to at the start of the COVID days. And I saw it on Marketplace, and I've always wanted a 60s 70s classic, and it was up for about, it's like 2 grand, but we got him down to 1500 and bought it off him. But yeah, it's got a 351 in it, all the chrome's good on it. Have a look inside the engine bay. There's not much, but the motor's just sitting there. I usually have a cover over it, sitting on the floor over here. So we bought this as a project for me and my partner to do up, because she loves the old muscle cars and classic cars. So I was really excited to jump on one of these, and I've always wanted a XR/XT XW, but I just love the XRs. I love the round taillights, the first sort of muscle look. But yeah, this car seen better days. It's got a lot of rust. You can see the bottoms of the quarters are gone, the top of the wheel arches are gone, the seals are gone, pretty normal in these. Bottoms of the guards are gone, and there's a bit of rust inside the bottom of the engine bay. But yeah, like I said, we have the chrome, we've got windows, glass. Was a vinyl top roof, and surprisingly hasn't rotted out the roof. So I think the vinyl was ripped off a long time ago. There's where the trims would go. The old boot lid is under the car. That was pretty rat shit, so the guy gave us another boot lid that was a bit more straighter and nicer. So if we open the boot, look inside the boot, that's where the fuel tank and that would go. And she's pretty crusty in here. You can see through both sides of the quarters. Now this side, you can see it's a nice straight line through there, because I think it was used for a rust cut. And this side's all rotted out. So this car does have a lot of rust, and that's why I haven't really worked on it lately, because I'm umming and ahhing what to really do with this thing. So if we open the door, have a look inside, the bench seat, which is like knackered. The dash is knackered. So this car is more so of a bit of a parts car. So you can see, like in here, all the jam's gone in there. The seal, if I push down the seal, it all moves. So it's got a lot of rust for what it is. So I was umming and ahhing whether to even keep it, but I think I'm going to keep this thing for the chrome, as well as we've got 12 sliders on it too, which is cool. My main goal is to find another shell, a little bit more of a rust-free shell, even if it's bare, and use all the diff axles and everything out of this, and all the undercarriage, all the chrome, and whack it onto another shell. You're probably asking, why don't you repair this one? It's probably not too far gone to, whack some sills, some floors in it. Oh, also the rear floor is completely gone. I can't get this door open, but the rear floor is gone. The carpet sort of just sags onto the road. But like I said, I've always wanted an XR XT, and I'm just gonna have a look at the other side. So like things like the bonnet is good, but obviously has a massive hole in it. Probably had a shaker or something come out of it. The car is actually relatively straight, surprisingly. So I can use the doors, the guards, everything off this car and put it onto another shell. That is going to be probably the main plan, to find another shell, even if it's bare, and swap everything over and get it rolling and a little bit nicer to work with. Now the reason why I don't want to continue with this one is because if you get under it and have a look, that's when things start to get pretty bad. So I don't know if you guys can see how crusty this car is. I think it sat in a field for a very long time, and it just got absolutely annihilated by maybe grass growing up in it. The thing that really got me was at the back there. You can't really see it, but where my finger is, about there, those rails are completely rotted through. That's the frame rails. And the front floors, everything is completely rotted through. The front rails up there got holes in them. Same with up here. And these floors are just completely gone. Now this is actually, this is actually carpet. That's the carpet there. And this is, it's all this metal's just so brittle and just falling apart. So that's the whole reason why I haven't got nuts with this car lately. And hopefully we can get some XT XR enthusiasts on here and track down a bit more of a rust-free shell. It doesn't have to be completely rust-free, as long as we can, do sills and stuff on it and don't have to replace rails like this thing. But that's the whole reason why I haven't gone nuts with this car, and I've just let it sit for the last 2 years. And you see where I've primed it just to try and stop the rust process. I've put etch across it, and yeah, it's just, she's a bit sad, the old girl. It wasn't this bad when I bought it, but it has deteriorated. So it's sat over there where the XL is for about 2 years, 2 and a bit years, and it, you know, got moisture in it, and it's been under a cover the whole time. It's been under a show car cover, but she's a bit sad, the old girl. But we have one, that's the main thing, we have one. We've got a blank canvas to work with, essentially, because it's got the goodies on it. But unfortunately, the main structure's pretty rotted out on this one. So we'll have a better look inside here. So you can see the battery tray in here is all rotted out. The frame rail down here is starting to go. That's all starting to go. You actually look down here, you can see that caster arm or whatever that is, that front frame bit's actually fallen off where the sway bar mounts onto. So it's all wonky. So this side's actually not too bad. Over the back there's actually pretty good. The firewall is actually in really good condition, no rust there. Yeah, it's more so just this side, and when you get underneath it starts to get a bit how you going. But we got the motor, I don't know the condition, so it's just sort of sitting as is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably got moisture and water in there because it's left the ports open. But got push rods on one side and none on the other, and you can see all the rust at the back there. This motor probably isn't good, but at least we have one if we need to work with it. It's got no trans in it, it does have diff, no tail shaft. I don't think I've ever had these wheels off, so I don't even know what the brakes are like, but it does roll free, so none of the brakes are stuck on. I have had a lot of you ask me about this thing, like what's going on with it, so I thought I'd do a quick little video, walk around update. I haven't really done an in-depth sort of walk around on it. Stop. I closed the door and the freaking boot lock fell out of it. How good's that? That's the boot lock with a snapped key in it. How good? Gets better, doesn't it? So the rear bar is really nice, so keep that. And the tail light bezels and stuff aren't really good, but they're there. Got the boot lock. What else is good on it? I did get some of the outside trims are sitting on the floor of the back there, but I think they're all pretty knackered. Sort of a door card on there. So this side, door cards. Got the door handles and stuff. Does have the gauge cluster, but it's cracked. I reckon this car was like an ex speedway car or something, hence the holes in the bonnet and the bonnet pins. Probably a speedway car, but I've always loved a 68, 69 XR, XT. But I want an XR, even if it's an XT shell, it doesn't really matter, but I want an XR. I love the XRs. Cooler sounding name anyway. Yeah, it is unfortunate how much it's rusted out. You can literally see the, I'll pull this off probably. Yeah, definitely gonna need a fucking tetanus shot working on this car. But the good thing about these cars is you can order almost every piece off Rare Spares. When I used to work in classic restos, I actually did a couple of XYs on the bottom of the guards here and replaced the bottom. Where this little line is, you can buy that bottom piece and then stitch it back on. So I remember doing a couple of those at my old work when I was doing classic restos. If you actually have a look, I think the wheel studs here actually rotted away. That's amazing. Or they're flattened or something. I don't even know if it has anything for electrics, any wiring. I do see wiring in there, but have a look at the dash. I've never opened that glove box. Yeah, this is one car I just sort of bought because it was there. Ever since I did buy this, I have found some cheap ones come up, you know, 2-3 grand for a complete sort of rustish free ones. So if I can find a shell for a decent price, I'll be happy to get one, and then at least I can put them together side by side and then swap everything over in one weekend and then have it rolling, put it back, and then flog this thing off. That's probably the plan. That's the most feasible plan, most realistic. But let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think I should do with it? Do you think I should fix this one, or do you think I should definitely get another shell and put everything, because like the grill and everything's really good, so I definitely take all that off, put it on a better shell. And if anyone does have a shell or knows someone that has one in, you know, sitting in their yard or whatever they don't want, I'm more than happy to take it off your hands. So let me know, either in the comments, on Instagram, on Facebook, one or the other, and get in contact. I'll be happy to do that. But yeah, I'm still amazed that the roof hasn't rotted out on them, and even around the window is actually pretty decent. Even like looking up in the door jambs, well, this one's actually pretty gone on the driver's side. See where the trim sort of sits up. That's, yeah, it's well gone there. But I think the old girl definitely needs to be revived somehow, even if it's all the pieces of her. A quick look under the back of it. So under the back, same dealio. It's all pretty well gone. You see all the holes through the side there. The diff, yeah, it's there. It does have some brake lines still on it, surprisingly. They'll all have to be replaced, but like the rails are going to start to go soon. They're all crusty. Up in the wheel arches here, pretty crusty as well. So when I did go to look at this car, I got it from Ballarat, and there's actually a photo of it on the back of my Skyline, because my Patrol at the time actually cracked the cylinder head as we were towing it up with the trailer on it, no, without even the car on it, just going up there with the trailer. So I ended up towing this home with my R31, and it towed like a champion, and we got it home. And in the yard where we picked it up from, we actually had the option of this and a black XW. And the black XW, the roof was fully caved in. Like the roof was almost sitting on top of the headrest and the seats. But it actually wasn't too bad condition. It was sort of like this. It was very like sunburnt black. I went with the XR because the XR was just, in my opinion, I thought the XR was way cooler. XWs, XYs are awesome. I do love them, but XRs are just, there's something else about them. I love the circular lights, you know, the XP sort of circular lights sort of make these cars pretty iconic. And I've always loved the backs of them with the, you know, XW, XY, XR style front. It gives it that muscle appearance. This is like the first muscle sort of Falcon at the time. So, well guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. So let me know in the comments what you think we should do with this car. If we were going to put a lot of work into it, like we were talking about, like I don't think this car will be ready in a couple of years, seeing as all the other projects I've got to finish. If we do find another shell for it or something, I'll be happy to get the ball rolling a little bit quicker on it. I always wanted a bench seat carvel. I always wanted something classic, like floaty, 70s, bench seat, like it's a dream. With a nice V8 in it. All right guys, without further ado, it's enough talking from me today, so take it easy. Say goodbye to the XR you might not see for a while, and we'll see you in another video. Take care everyone, see you in the next one. Bye bye.